Summary of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK by Mark Manson *. Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK * offers an unconventional and refreshing approach to personal development. Instead of the usual advice of focusing on positivity and motivation, Manson argues that we should shift our focus to the things that really matter to us and stop worrying about things that are insignificant. This book explores the concept of selective attention. You only have a limited number of fucks to give, so you need to be intentional about where you place your energy and attention. Here's an in-depth look at the major themes Manson discusses. 1. The importance of embracing life's struggles. Manson starts by confronting the idea of happiness. According to him, the pursuit of constant happiness and positive thinking is futile and can actually lead to frustration. Instead of chasing unattainable ideals of constant joy, Manson argues that true happiness comes from accepting and embracing life's inevitable struggles and setbacks. He introduces the idea that life is not about avoiding pain but learning how to cope with it. Everyone has problems, and everyone faces challenges. The key is choosing the right problems to care about. Manson explains that happiness is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to deal with the problems that truly matter to you. 2. The power of not giving *CK. Manson emphasizes that not everything deserves your attention. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with information, opinions, and distractions, it's essential to decide where to focus our energy. He introduces the concept of fucks, essentially the things that matter to you and your life. The central message is simple: you can't give a fuck about everything. When you try to care about everything, you end up caring about nothing and spreading yourself too thin. Instead, you should focus on a select few things that align with your values and goals. Once you identify what truly matters, you can invest your energy and time in those areas and let go of everything else. 3. The choice of values. One of the key ideas in the book is values. Manson argues that your values shape your life, and they dictate what you care about. But not all values are created equal. Some values are productive, while others are destructive. He encourages readers to examine their values critically. Are they based on external validation or rooted in deeper, more meaningful aspects of life? For example, a value based on pleasure and comfort can lead to a life of indulgence and stagnation. On the other hand, values rooted in growth, self-discipline, or caring for others lead to a more fulfilling life. The idea is that we should adopt values that will lead to happiness, even if they involve sacrifice or discomfort. 4. Death, the ultimate perspective shifter. Manson uses the inevitability of death to frame much of his philosophy. He suggests that when you face the reality of your mortality, it helps put everything into perspective. What really matters becomes a much clearer question. If you only have a finite number of years on this planet, it doesn't make sense to waste your time on trivial things or to let fear dictate your actions. By confronting the reality of death, Manson urges us to reevaluate our priorities. It's a call to embrace the present and focus on the things that give our lives meaning, rather than obsessing over things outside our control. 5. Rejection and letting go of expectations. Another theme Manson touches upon is rejection. He argues that rejection is part of life, and it's crucial to accept that not everyone will like you or approve of your choices. Too often, we let the fear of rejection control our behavior, preventing us from making decisions that are true to ourselves. By learning to embrace rejection, you free yourself from the need for constant approval. This doesn't mean being reckless or uncaring but instead prioritizing authenticity over superficial acceptance. Manson also talks about expectations. Often, we build unrealistic expectations, leading to disappointment and frustration when things don't go as planned. Instead of seeking to meet others' expectations or aiming for perfection, Manson suggests focusing on realistic goals and outcomes that align with your true values. 6. Failure, the path to growth. One of the most powerful lessons in the book is that failure is a part of success. Manson argues that the fear of failure holds us back from achieving our goals. Instead of avoiding failure, we should embrace it, as it is through failure that we learn and grow. He encourages readers to adopt a growth mindset and understand that every failure is an opportunity to improve. In this context, failure isn't something to be feared but something to be welcomed. The most successful people, Manson notes, are often those who have failed the most because they are willing to take risks and learn from their mistakes. 7. Embrace uncertainty and let go of control. Another central concept of the book is the idea of embracing uncertainty. We often seek control over our lives, relationships, and careers, but control is an illusion. Life is inherently uncertain, and trying to control every outcome only leads to anxiety and frustration. Manson advises us to let go of the need for certainty and instead be open to life's unpredictability. This mindset shift allows us to embrace change and adapt to circumstances, making us more resilient in the face of challenges. 8. Conclusion: A life worth living. Ultimately, the subtle art of not giving a FCK* is about living a life that aligns with your values and accepting that life is imperfect. By focusing on what truly matters, you free yourself from the pressure of external expectations and societal standards. It's about embracing discomfort, taking responsibility, and being willing to fail and grow. Manson's message is simple: stop trying to be perfect, and stop trying to care about everything. Instead, focus on what really matters to you and let go of the rest. By doing so, you can lead a more meaningful, authentic, and fulfilling life. And in the end, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to benefit from more purposeful book summaries.